guess we're doing this again. Little frustrating. I thought that this was their game to lose, and wouldn't you know it, they went ahead and lost it. But I'll say something. They definitely didn't play up to their level this game. Again, there's a lot of mistakes, but the refs didn't help either.
Gunther, wrist shot, and Montembeault fights it off.
Goulding is the issue. He loses body position. He gets wrapped up. Suzuki, Cole, and Evans, they got tangled up before, and that is a stick in a tough area.
Let's talk about it.
In front of the net with about 8 inches of his shaft in his hand.
Yeah, that was it was a rotten one. It didn't feel good, just like the last one. They were ahead and they let it slip away on bad goals. Tell you what isn't a bad goal. It's trying to reach 6,000 subscribers. Can you hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed? And if you're already subscribed, do me a favor, hit the like button because it helps out or something. I don't know. It does something. Anyway, getting back to the game, I'm going to recap this game pretty quick. I have to be up early tomorrow, so it's going to be a shorter video maybe. Different lineup tonight. Kirby, Dach, and Armia were put on the hot seat. Matheson is out with an upper body injury, a lower body injury, one of the two. There's two parts of the body. There's the upper part of the body and the lower part of the body. I learned this in medical school. Very clinical. So what that means is Hudson's going to get a lot of time on the ice and Guhle is going to get a lot of time on the ice. In fact, Guhle played 26 minutes and so did Hudson. I will say though, this was not a good game for Hudson. So all eyes on Dach and Slav and Armia, although I'd argue that Armia has had more flashes than Slav and Kirby. I mean, he has double the goals of those two guys. 2. So anyway, Slav and Dach are trying to make things happen. In the first period, you're kind of getting excited. Maybe they're going to shake off this fog that they've been experiencing over the past couple of months, and we might see old Slav and a re-energized Dach, who is back in the center role. Well, Xhekaj takes a bad penalty and the momentum is taken a little bit out of the early portion of the game, but they kill off that penalty. Then, as I demonstrated in the introduction, Guhle takes a high stick in front of the net in full view of the official. The official checks him out, says, "I didn't see anything." "I see nothing." So moving on, Habs take a soft penalty. Evans is called for interference. If I could take a line from Hockey Junkie, this is as soft as baby poop, except he doesn't say poop. They kill off that penalty. Then shortly after that, Joshua Roy, who is back on the team this game, takes a delay of game penalty. This is all in the first period, by the way. So they kill off that penalty in big part due to Armia playing keep away. Just genius moves. I wish that everyone on the team felt as confident carrying the puck around as Armia does shorthanded. And that's going to do it for the first period. Score at 0. Second period starts not long into it. Newhook takes a penalty, getting caught just grazing Clayton Keller with his arms. It's a holding penalty. Keller goes down like his controller disconnects from the Xbox. Another soft penalty. Didn't like this one. And what's worse is this penalty happened because the refs waved off an icing call. You're definitely starting to feel like the referees have bet on the other team, but I try to stay away from that mentality because there's nothing good down that path. In fact, there was a penalty, I think around 14 minutes, where Roy is taken down by Bortuzzo. Is that his name? That doesn't sound right. Bort?
Bort? Oh, come on, Bort? Mommy, buy me a license plate!
No, come along, Bort.
Are you talking to me?
No, my son is also named Bort.
And I think it was just an incidental kneeing. Like it could have went either way. I felt Roy or Bortuzzo could have been charged with that penalty. Or not. They maybe shouldn't have called the penalty. Anyway, back to Newhook taking that penalty. They kill off that penalty as well. But shortly after, like very shortly after, the Utah hockey people strike first. Dylan Guenther, that's his 10th of the year. He's having a great year. Assists from Keller and Schmaltz. So it's disappointing. They strike first. Not good. But the Canadians respond.
Down. Newhook through the legs and clear, but not out. Savard holds it in. Cole Caulfield. Up for Struble. Space and shoots. Score!
Yeah, about 2 minutes after that Guenther goal, Struble gets a goal. That's assisted by Caulfield and Savard. And that's Struble's second goal of the season, but also his back-to-back second goal. got a goal last game. Armia has a couple of opportunities where he's setting up this period. Doc is definitely getting opportunities, but I think he's just in the right place, the right time. He's not necessarily making these things happen. If anything, I think Armia is doing the difficult work. Before the end of the period, Lamoureux displaces the net purposefully, in my opinion, and isn't called for delay of game. I don't know. You tell me. Did he not run into the net in his own accord? Or maybe Cole Caulfield is just pushing him around. How big is Lamoureux? Is he a small guy like Caulfield? 6'6", 196 pounds. So I don't know. You tell me. 6'6", 200 pounds. How big is Caulfield again? 5'8", 175 pounds. Did Cole Caulfield push Lamoureux into that net to knock it over? That should be a delay of the game. Another missed call. We get back to the third period. David Savard is issued a 10-minute unsportsmanlike. Is that what they deemed it? Misconduct. They just call it misconduct. He told the referee to go fart himself, and then he called the referee a bumhole. So I don't know what exactly transpired there, but he must have said the magic words and was issued that misconduct. So arguably one of our most defensive style defensemen is on the bench for the first 10 minutes in the last period of the game, because he hurt someone's feelings. But that's okay, because Alex Newhook is going to score a goal, and I'm going to grow his eyebrows. And you know what? He also has a mustache now, so his mustache also grows. The Canadiens are now up 2-1. They're up for the first time in this game, so they're going to want to hold that.
Out. Here comes Utah numbers. Cooley across, one-timer score. Jack McBain scores it back to...
That's Jack McBain's 8th goal of the season. We're on to the third period, and it's 2-2. Another not so exciting period. I should mention that the Montreal Canadiens have something like 10 shots on goal. I think around 10 minutes or so. You'll see the time here. I'm going to show gameplay, but Armia feeds Doc a really good opportunity, and Doc draws a penalty. The ensuing power play was terrible. They couldn't get anything going. They were losing the puck in their own defensive zone during the power play. It was just very ugly. Hudson was bobbling the puck. It just didn't look good. We get a shot of Laine, Reinbacher, Pezzetta, and Matheson up in the players box, and I have a little secret. I watched the post-game interviews, and Martin St. Louis admitted that Laine will be traveling with the team on their road trip. What does that mean? Nothing necessarily, but could it mean that he's going to suit up? He's right at that 2-month period where they said he would be out for 2 to 3 months. I don't know, it could happen. So now we're 10 minutes through the second period. We get David Savard back. Savard comes out of the box, gets into a little scrum in the corner with Gallagher, and draws an elbowing call. He's back into the box. He says hello, greets his friends from earlier. I should mention that Sergachev is also serving a penalty here as well from the little scrum from roughing. Time is winding down. It's still 2-2. It looks like they're going to overtime, but with like a minute something left, maybe not even a minute, Evans takes a spear to the groin. Very, very blatant. You would have to be blind not to see this. He jumps up in the air and falls. Stick gets him right in the crotch. I am excited. We're going into overtime. We're going to be on the power play. The ice is really going to be tilted in the Canadiens' favor. No penalty. 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 I think that one was the one that kind of killed me. Like, what's going on here? Why does this happen so often? Do some of these guys know St. Louis from when he was a player and they just never got along? I don't. What's going on? So overtime is looking pretty balanced and even. They're trading opportunities. Cooley puts one off the post.
Evans, Doc, with it, drops it. Cooley walks it in. Wrist.
Absolute heartbreaker. Slav has been benched for overtime. You're not seeing any of Slav. In fact, how many minutes did he play? I'm going to check how many minutes Slav played compared to Doc. Slav played 11 minutes. Doc played 14. None of the forwards really got all that much time. Newhook got 19 minutes. Suzuki got 21. Caulfield got 18. You can really feel that St. Louis is wondering what he can do with these lines to make something click, to make some sort of spark happen. And there's just nobody that's really sticking their neck out outside of Evans and Newhook, I would say. Gallagher, obviously. Dang, our poor team. Anyway, my point about Slav and Doc, where Slav was benched in overtime, Doc was actually playing a couple of shifts. I feel because he did have opportunities during the game, St. Louis wanted to kind of reward that. But if you're asking me, Doc did not have any moments of brilliance this game. It was all opportunistic. He was in the right place at the right time. Armia was setting him up. That's just me. Anyway, in the dying seconds of overtime, Doc panics with the puck behind the net. He gives up possession in overtime. So important, so critical to have possession in overtime. I wouldn't say you should die with the puck, but as much as possible, you want to try to maintain that possession. When Utah breaks back into the zone after regaining possession, Sergachev comes in with speed. Doc gives up a half-hearted attempt to cover him. They score. I feel really bad because I keep hoping that there's these opportunities and these big moments for Doc and Slav and Anderson and Armia and Dvorak and Heineman, but things just they're not coming easily. These are all professional athletes. They all want to succeed. They don't want to fail over and over and over again. They're saying that they're demoralized. They're saying that they're having problems with confidence. I fully believe that. There definitely is that happening. But rely on your fundamentals, rely on your conditioning, rely on not making mistakes. You don't have to put yourself all the way out there. Just don't do things incorrectly. Work hard. Forecheck, back check.
Back check, forecheck, and paycheck.
That's going to do it for me, guys. I hope you're all doing well. I really appreciate all the support that you've continued to give me. The channel's growing great. It's still growing at kind of a pace that we had started off with. I've gotten something like 900 and something subscribers over the last 28 days or something like that. That's great. If we continue that pace, this channel is going to reach 10,000 subscribers in like 5 or 6 months. That's going to be a huge benchmark for me. And like I said, I can't thank you guys enough for watching the videos, hitting that like button, subscribing if you're not already a subscriber. And I'm tempted to end the video here, but I want to say something else. I really think that we're just one chemical element away from getting the right solution to find our game. Is it Line A? Could Joshua Roy, once he's acclimated, be an important part to the lineup? These things don't happen right away, so don't expect it to happen right away. But I'm just really, really hoping that something changes soon because it is getting discouraging. I feel you. I feel what you're feeling too, I'm sure. All right, that's going to do it for me. Like the video, subscribe if you're not already a Whiskey Fiend, and as always, I'll see you down below in the comments.